for I would say 6 months, I received a bountiful good amount of donations. I have not paid so many bills of La La Land. I have taken freezer, deep freezer, so many items of La La Land restaurant. Credit.
Hello, this is Mochia Pimu along with video journalist Roshan for TMB News. Today we are honored to have a highly respected guest who is known for his remarkable work and who started the initiative Cycling for Humanity and who has been busy feeding the homeless and is also a social activist. He is also the founders of the La La Land restaurant which is run by the internally displaced people for Manipur crisis. We are grateful to have you with us, Sir Rohan Philem.
Thank you.
Okay. So, sir, the first question is, what inspired the creation of the La La Land restaurant and how did it end up being run by the internally displaced people?
Since when the violence broke out since 3rd of May, as I've been doing this initiative of feeding the hungry, cycling for humanity, and I've been taking part in so many of the humanitarian causes, people have been asking me of like, what are you going to do for all these internally displaced people? I had so many plans of distributing blankets and ration items and all that, and that's a very, very common thing, I have to say. But when you look to sustainability and a long-term plan of like how would you feed them and how would you make them survive in this long run, since I had this Conjure the Voice already, which is run by the deaf community. I had some kind of plan like this that I have to take up an initiative where they can work for themselves, they can earn for themselves. So I've been going for so many of the interviews to many of the relief centers also, asking like who are really been interested in doing this initiative. But this was not an easy task though. But because of the war, I would say because of the war, economically people are so backward right now. Even the donors had so much of problems, and believe it or not, like all these things, I would say 80% are coming from people's charity and people's donation. People trust me. I have to say, people trust me, so they have donated all the kitchen items, the accessories, even the table, the chairs, even the owner of the house was so cooperative with me in doing this initiative. So it's all of like people's trust in me, and. So when people come and approach like, Rohan, please give us 50 blankets. Of course I have given all the 50 blankets though, but in the long term and in long run, I really wanted them to, have a mechanism where they can buy that blanket for themselves. So this was one of the initiatives which I have taken up. I believe this is going to be a pilot project. This is not going to be the only one, La La Land. We are planning for La La Land in many places also. Even if possible, if outside Manipur also we are planning for La La Land, where we are going to put up a mechanism where all these internally displaced people get something for themselves. They can work as an ecosystem among themselves. So that's the main initiative where I have taken up.
So that since you have done all of that, can you recount some success stories or remarkable memories in the journey from the La La Land?
La La Land, yes. So when I was searching for the place itself, like I got option in two or three places. And as the restaurant industry and this cafe industry have gone, I would say tremendously down because of the violence. I like the sales, even my conjal restaurant also has, gone very low. And almost all the restaurants in Manipur and all the groups of this WhatsApp group of restaurants in Manipur have all negative stories of like not selling and not coming to the market and everything. So it was also a big question for me though. But I would say I believe in God, and that's how I always initiate my plan, and I've put all my trust and I have put my trust in my Lord God. So I had a long days of prayer that should I start this or not, and I got a green signal from God. So I kind of find this place as a miracle. Like someone used to contact me from Facebook and that they had a place like this already, which is before. So this was a restaurant called AK Food Court, which was running before. So we had to kind of partially inaugurated this place, and you had to reconstruct this place, and that was how it came through. And there are so many anonymous donors, I have to say. They don't want to make it open, but I would say our honorable MD, the chairman of Babina Group,
Oh, yes.
Dr. Dubli has already sponsored 50,000 rupees for this venture also, and many well wishers and many donors came and donated anonymously. They came, they gave all these utensils and everything. They said not to publish their photos in the social media and all the groups and all like this. And in this journey of La La Land, I would say I found a lot of good donors, a lot of anonymous donors who are helping out really out from their heart. So I would say La La Land itself is a very successful thing right now because of all those anonymous donors. Yeah.
So, sir, that since it is, I've been told that the business is doing good. So we wanted to know what is the impact on the life of the people who are internally displaced, and is it empowering them?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not all about money. Yes, everything is about money, but everything is again not about money also. It's about like how much inclusion are you giving to this internally displaced people? That's the question. So if when you say internally displaced people, it has become a trend nowadays, like going with 50 blankets and some Russian items, giving that in front of the cameras. Of course I do that too. but in the long run, if you want someone who is internally displaced to make them survive and sustainable in the long run, you have to give them jobs or empowerment or some kind of a long procedure way. So of course, like many other initiatives has initiated many initiatives where they have taken so many people outside Manipur and they have given jobs already. But these are families where they cannot be parted out from their families. They cannot go outside Manipur, but they want to work inside Manipur. And when I learned from them also, it's not only about the salary that they're going to get, it's about the inclusion that we are giving to them. That yes, you have also a place, you are no lesser than us, you can do better than us, you can do better than all the other people. So that is the moral encouragement they give. And moreover, like I could have made an arrangement, like I could have contacted many of the restaurants and at least put one or two or among the staff. But rather than that, I put all of them in one place so that they also have a positive energy and vibe that we are internally displaced people do, but yes, we can do. We as a whole can also function as much as what others are doing. So that is the moral encouragement that I want to give to them. So they are doing very well.
Thank you. And sir, we also heard you're running the Conjure the Voice, which is run by the deaf community. Can you tell me what inspires that for you to create such a restaurant like that?
Since I've been cycling for almost 6 years, and I'm a traveler, by the way, and a traveler experiences a lot of things. I've gone to a good number of restaurants and cafes, and when I was in Mumbai, I ate in this restaurant called the Ecos. So yeah, the Ecos is also one of the restaurants which is run by the deaf community. It's a very old restaurant already, but in metropolitan cities they have so many restaurants already in many parts of India. But when it comes to Northeast and all, like luckily, like ours is the first one. The Konjal is the first one. So even from Guwahati we are ahead. So I just kind of felt like, why not in Manipur? Why not in Northeast? So my employees are also very, I picked up them from, of course now I don't have cooking employees, so sorry to tell that, but like I have from the Nagas, I have from the Nepalese, I've got from the Meitei Muslims, I've got from all communities, I have to say. The staffs who are working there in Konjal are all from different communities. And I was also about to employ one from the Kuki community, but like I think he or she was out of Manipur at that time, so I couldn't employ him. But it's more of not only the deaf restaurant, but like my theme was to go for the coexistence among the different ethnic tribes. That was the main theme. So that was the reason why I put all the different varieties of ethnic groups there.
All right, then do you face any problems from the government or bureaucracy when you start and running the restaurant?
Not at all. Everyone was very helpful. The inauguration was, of course, a very grand opening though. The concerned minister, social welfare department, our honorable Sir Dingo came and he inaugurated it. There were at least 4 MLAs. The DC was also there. The commissioners, the directors from different departments were there. From the social welfare department, they came for moral encouragement, and of course, all the paperwork and everything was very smooth and everything. But yes, I had faced some, I would say, unnecessary problems though. Like, see, when it comes to donations, there's a different trend in Manipur that when it comes to donations, when you open up your account or when you use your GP or account, people have a mindset that, oh my good God, Rohan has got so much of donations, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. But in reality, it's like this. When I started the initiative of La La Land, of course, donation came, but it was not to the expectation amount. I mean, of course, donation came, but what about those part of the money which was not done from the donation amount? People have to also ask that question. I'll give you an example. I've run this campaign, Feeding the Hungry, for 3 years, approximately 3 years. For, I would say, 6 months, I received a bountiful good amount of donations. I was so well organized in that 6 months. What about the 2.5 years when I was not receiving donations? How have I managed that long campaign of 2.5 years? People also have to question that. So I would say when it comes to donation, people have an eye of like they have got a bountiful huge amount of donations and all, but like in reality it doesn't work that way. In a target of 10 lakhs, if people donate 2 lakhs, the 8 lakhs has to come somewhere from myself. I have to search a way. Like, I have to take a risk. Now see, I'll tell you the real story. I have not paid so many bills of La La Land. I have taken freezer, deep freezer, so many items of La La Land restaurant credit, and I have not paid them. But the thing is, I have risked it myself. I have taken the responsibility that I will do it in the midst of them. So they are not going to be responsible. My only thing is that I want to give job to them. The other responsibility, like let's say the EMIs or the rent and everything, is up to me. And the credit part is up to me. But the only duty is that they should run this restaurant. So in the same way, I'm also doing for Conjal also. So it's like taking risks for people, for the well-being of people. Yeah, that's what.
Okay, sir, you are a very busy man. So how do you balance the operation of both the La La Land and the Conjal the Voice?
Conjal and La La Land is just this much piece of what I'm holding it. And I will be very honest, I'm also taking a lot of responsibilities. I would say in terms of propaganda, wars and everything, I'm also taking a lot of responsibilities in that. I'm also meeting a lot of people. I'm having a lot of talks with many of the people also. So I've been away from, I inaugurated this La La Land on 3rd of February. Since 4th till yesterday, which is the 13th, I was in Delhi for 10 days. Just came back. Just came back on 13th morning. And then that's how I'm managing. So I have my own manager, I have my own team, I have my own people who are managing all this La La Land and Conjal and everything. And but this is a very, small tax from me. But other than that, I have a lot of other responsibilities which I'm taking up for my own state. I'm very particular about my integrity of my state. I'm very particular about, I won't say about my community, but I'm very particular about Manipur. So that is the reason why I have a strong sense of patriotism. So I'm taking a lot of responsibility for my own state. Yeah.
And finally, what's the aspirations and plans for the future vision? Like the continued growth and stuff like that. Do you have any plans?
Of course. I don't know. I have my trust in God. Let's see how God leads me. Of course, now I have a lot of pressures from political organizations to come into politics. But I would say it's not a yes though, and it's also not a no though. But if necessary, that if there is a very, very needful hour of that Rohan Philem should come into politics. And Rohan Philem is a very necessary part of a Manipur political scenario. And if it is that up to the expectation of people, and if that is what the people of Manipur want. Of course, I don't want, but if the people of Manipur want, I'm ready for that too. And I'm getting a lot of pressures from now though. But moreover, like, I want to remain as this tagline of Rohan the cyclist of my entire life, that I'm a cyclist and I'm a social activist though. But let's see how God leads me. But with the responsibilities that I have been taking up in many of the arenas of the integrity of Manipur about my community, people wants me to come in that field though. But I hope to see myself as a humanitarian and as a social activist and as a cyclist, moreover as a cyclist. And I feel so badly I missed my cycling life, that I have not got any chance of cycling these days because of the communal conflict also. But in future, let's hope how the people of Manipur wants me to go through. Yeah.
And lastly, do you have anything to say, like regarding anything? Do you have anything to say?
About anything, so yeah, let me take this liberty of saying this anything. I'm a Meitei Christian. I'm very particular about two things. I'm very particular about my faith. I'm very particular about my state Manipur. So please don't try to mix up these two things. I know, of course, Meitei Christians are also facing so many of the difficulties right now in terms of faith. I'm very particular about my faith, that my faith in Christ will remain as it is, and I will be a very, very, faithful believer. In the second message, that becoming a Christian doesn't mean that I will compromise the territorial integrity of Manipur. I'll stand for Manipur. I'll stand for my people. I will never ever compromise the territorial integrity of Manipur. If my Christian brothers comes and tell me that please compromise the territorial integrity of Manipur because you are a Christian, I'm not going to do that. I'm very particular about these two things. Let's be a very faithful Christian, number one, as a believer Christian. Number two, let's be a very proud Manipuri. Let's believe in this coexistence, whether it might be any ethnic tribe, like it might be a Kukis, the Nagas, anything else, that might be the Meitei. Let's believe in this coexistence. Let's preserve the Manipur that our forefathers have preserved from long time back, the proper Manipur. Let's try to live peaceful. You'll come to know more about me when you speak to me and come to me directly and speak. I'm ready for that. I'm even, opening doors through TMB to our Kuki brethren. It might be the pastors or the religious leaders or CSO leader. Let's come to a table, sit down, let's talk. Let's start initiative where we want to, because at the end of the day, the rich are not suffering. Poor people like us, the daily wages they are suffering. Your people are also suffering. My people are also suffering. So, we should come and start up a measure where we will sit together and sort out ways. So, especially as a first initiator, I have openly announced this in many of the national press meet also. I would invite all the Kuki pastors to come somewhere in Guwahati or Dimapur or any place, Kolkata. Let's sit down, come sit, talk properly and sort out a way where we can stop this war, because at the end of the day this is not going to bring any kind of solution rather than destruction to both the communities. Let's believe in coexistence, and we are ready to have any kind of talks. Yeah.
This is Mochia Pimu for TMB News. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.